Hey guys, so in my last video I actually went over my maximum synergy deck, a new ironclad deck that I made just to kind of mess around and see what kind of buffs I could hand out to all my constructs. And I actually got a ton of reactions on that video, comments and all that sort of thing. Some of them positive, some of them negative, you know, whatever, take what you will. That's just how comments work. But I got a comment that was more ridiculing me for making fun of Rockworkers and calling them busted. And now, this this is a very sore spot because Rockworkers really do have a problem. And here's what it is. So, what's poppin' birds? The Popular Eagle's back in the nest, and welcome back to another Stormbound video. And in today's Stormbound video, I'm going to be doing two things. I made a new maximum synergy deck, and we're going to try that out in Gold 1. And two, I'm going to explain why Rockworkers should definitely be nerfed. Okay, so first of all, let's think about this, okay? So what are Rockworkers? Basically, they're a one movement dwarf and a Fort of Eberrock. Okay, so let's think about this. If we go to our collection here, let's go to neutral first because that's where Ebenrock is. So here we go. We got Fort of Ebenrock, right? Let's say level 1 Fort of Ebenrock has 4 strength, costs 3 mana. That's fine. That's cool. Maybe it's not a top tier card, but you can spawn it to kind of preserve your baseline, or maybe just block a strong unit that's coming towards you. Now, let's go back to neutral and see if there's something we can find. Okay, let's see. Level 1. Let's take level 1. Wait, no, shoot. Nothing's even strong. I see a problem that we're running into already. Guess what? No level 1 unit is as strong as the Rockworkers. Interesting. Cabin Girls, they have 1 more strength, but they don't move anywhere. So, we'll take them. We'll trade movement for strength, okay? So we got Cabin Girls. They cost 1 less mana and have 1 more strength, but they're missing the movement. So right now, it kind of seems like Rockworkers aren't so hot if you compare just the dwarf to another unit of, comparable strength or size. And then also the Fort of Ebenrock, which they have. So, now let's think about the actual unit. Let's go back to winter and let's look at the Rockworkers. Here we go. Okay. So, they cost 5 mana. If you'll remember, Fort of Ebenrock costs 3, and then basically whatever moving unit we want to spawn, whether it be Gold Grubbers, Cabin Girls, whatever, those cost 4, right? So Rockworkers already are 2 mana cheaper than basically the next substitute. That other combo would cost 7, Rockworkers cost 5. So here's the first thing. They have incredible value, okay? They're already producing, they already cost less to produce, okay? That's the first thing, alright? But now you might say, that's fine because they don't have that much strength, or they don't produce that much value, like Gifted Recruits. They cost 2 mana, but they don't produce that much value. But now if we look at their actual effect and stats, their base strength is 4, right? That's equal to a Fort of Ebenrock, right? And also, that base strength of 4 is stronger than basically all other units that have 1 movement at level 1 and are 5 mana or below. Now, let's look at its ability though. On play, build a 4 strength fort on a random bordering tile. So let's think about this, okay? For 5 mana, you can spawn 8 strength onto the board, and it has movement. Now, what other card can possibly get that much value, especially for 5 mana? I'll spare you the searching. No other cards can do that. Now, let's think about this, okay? You might think that's not that big of a deal because, you can just destroy the fort and destroy them. They're not that strong. Now, let's look at the upgrades, okay? Let's take the level 3, the middle tier upgrade. It's still 5 mana. It still has movement. And now it has a total of 12 strength that it puts down. And you're not thinking about even the board presence that it produces. You now have a fort that your opponent has to get rid of. Basically, if you only have 5 mana, you can spawn 2 units with this. You can spawn a Fort of Ebenrock plus a buff gifted to recruits, basically. That's pretty darn crazy. And also, Forts of Ebonrock, this might seem obvious, they don't move. So that means your opponent has to take it out. Otherwise, it's not going anywhere and will keep their front line up. Now, let's move in farther up to the level 5. 16 strength for 5 mana. Let's take a look at any other cards that are 5 mana, okay? Here we go. Okay. 6 strength for 5 mana. Well, I guess technically 6 strength for 2 mana. But still. Now let's go to neutral for some other things, okay? Give to recruits, obviously. You know, that's fine. 5 strength for 2 mana. That is a classic staple. Westwind Sailors, 6 strength for 3 mana. Okay, cool. I'll take 16 for 5 over that, thank you. Let's see. Oh, let's just look at the Fort of Ebonrock. 8 strength. I think I'll take 16 for 2 more mana. Wow. Let's look at all these other wonderful cards. 10 strength for 4 mana? I think I'll take 16 with movement for 5 mana. Let's look at what's another good card. Heroic Soldiers, 10 for 5 mana. I think I'll take 16 with the same movement and mana cost. And also, guess what? One of those doesn't move, so I get board presence. Wow, that's cool. And let's see. We're running into the higher cost people here, but I think you guys can get the idea. This is actually some incredible value that is not matched by any other card, and it definitely needs to be changed. I don't know if they need to reduce the strength on the dwarf, or reduce the strength on the fort created, or maybe increase the mana. But right now, it is undeniably the best value card in the game. You get movement, board presence, and low cost. That is basically the best that you can do. I don't think there's any other card that possibly has better value than this. And guess what? You might argue that something like Wisp Cloud has better value because of all the damage it can do, but you have to think that that also requires freeze combos and a whole lot more mana than this. And some other examples might be, Calaxy or Obsidian Butchers, because they can get tons of value. But what's important to note is, at least in both Calaxy and Obsidian Butchers cases, they both cost the same or more for Obsidian Butchers and Calaxy, respectively. And they also both require other cards to work. This is a one-man powerhouse for 5 mana that can throw the entire game into your favor. Now, I will acknowledge the other side. People argue that Rockworkers are fine because the Fort of Ebonrock can spawn right in front of them and block them from moving, right? I know that's what a lot of you are thinking. Now, well, yes, that's true, but think about this. If you're playing the Rockworkers to attack, you're going to spawn them in front of something so they can run into it. You're not going to spawn it somewhere else, so that, therefore, the fort cannot spawn forwards most of the time. Yes, I understand that sometimes the Rockworkers will block themselves, but guess what? That's really not the worst thing in the world. Unless it's a very specific situation in which you choke yourself out on the baseline, which, yes, that's very unfortunate, and you'll lose the game. However, thinking that Rockworkers are not your only card in the deck, and you'll probably have Gifted Recruits in Westwind or First Munir or something like that, you definitely have other options. And also, the Rockworkers, even if they're spawned on an open tile, they have a 25% chance to block themselves. That's not very high. And also, if you're playing them correctly, there's an even lower chance of that happening. So, the gripes against Rockworkers, to say that they are fair, basically are minuscule and pure minutia. Because the benefits of playing this card directly outweigh it. And, yeah, that's my piece on Rockworkers. I'll actually make that Maximum Synergy deck into another video. But if you have any comments, any counter arguments, any other cards you think have more value, better cards, more broken cards, cards that need to be fixed, leave it in the comments below. I really love reading your comments. Even ones that have criticisms, like how I should play games better, I do appreciate those because guess what? I'm sure you've already figured this out by now, but I'm pretty much an average player. I can get up to some level in platinum and whatever, but a lot of that just comes from playing a lot. So I really do appreciate all of your comments. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like it. It'd be cool if you'd leave a comment, and it would be super if you'd subscribe. See you guys next time.